These are lessons I learned after living in Cali, Colombia for 2.5 years. Um, I've been abroad for longer than that. I've also lived in Spain for 2 years. So, being abroad is nothing new. It's always fun, always exciting. But it's rare that I've stayed in one place for so long. Usually, like 1 year, 6 months, but I've stayed in Cali for a pretty long time. And I've learned some things along the way, so I want to share them with you here on Off the Dome. So, the first one is no city is perfect. There's no right decision. Uh, People travel to try to find something for them, to try to find themselves, but maybe I did too. I'm looking, looking, looking. Oh, let's go here. Oh, let's go here. But you're never gonna find happiness chasing cities. You have to make the happiness that comes from within. And whenever we go to a new city, we get this excitement, we get this adrenaline rush. We're like, man, this city is awesome. And then after about 2 3 months, it starts to feel normal again, and that's when you start to crave that feeling of, oh man, let's go somewhere else. But that's always going to happen. You know why? Because it's a new experience. It's a new. You're seeing new things. Your body's going to feel like, wow, this could be the next thing for us. But I really learned that no place is perfect until you make it perfect. Until you make it your home. Until you decide, take action, decide that this place is for you. And that's what I've done in Cali. I've decided that Cali is my place. No city is perfect. Obviously, it's a little bit dangerous, but it has everything I want. Not a big city, cool people, authentic people, great culture, great lifestyle, pace of living. And I'm extremely grateful to be able to call Cali my second home. And I'm extremely grateful that I've decided that I don't want to always keep going from place to place to place, because whatever you're running away from is going to follow you. So, yeah. The second thing I learned from being abroad is that bureaucracy is awful everywhere. No matter where you go, the visa process, the student visa process, buying a house, buying an apartment, renting, all of it is going to take time. It's going to be slow. You're going to get angry. You're going to get mad. You're going to get your patience tested multiple times. In Colombia, it's pretty slow. It sucks. I'll be honest. I'm always having problems with the visa. I'm always struggling to get the right documents. It's a process. It's not going to be like that. But once we understand that, some places, they aren't always good with bureaucracy. You know, Tourism is growing so fast nowadays. Like it's hard to keep up. I can't lie, it's hard to keep up, and they're behind. I'm not gonna lie, they're behind. It takes time. So yeah, bureaucracy is always difficult. Even after being here for 2 years, obviously, if you have like a great job, great chances, great luck, it could be easy. But just know that that part is tough. That part is tough. Number three, you have to lose culture to gain culture. If you really want to be happy abroad, you have to accept that you're going to lose a part of yourself, okay? Yes, you love your culture. Yes, when you come to a new city, you say, oh, United States, we do this. Oh, yeah, we did this. Oh, yeah, ta ta ta. Ah, boom, boom, boom. That's normal. We love where we come from. We appreciate our culture. We know our culture better than anyone else, and we also want to share it with others because it's special to us, and that's perfectly okay. But when you want to live in a new country, when you want to live in a new city, you have to accept that you're going to lose some of yourself. Why do I say that? I say that because if you are going to feel comfortable in a new city, a new country, you have to learn some of their culture too, right? You have to accept some of their culture also. And it's always important to make sure you're being respectful, learning new things, speaking the language, and you're going to lose some of yourself. And that's okay. That's okay because you are accepting a new life, a new experience. It's really important. It's not a negative thing. It's just something different. When I came here in Colombia, it's very different, the culture. And in order to fit in, quote unquote, fit in, make friends, you have to change. People aren't going to be like friends with you if you're just going to stay the same, stay American, stay gringo. Oh, yeah. They're like, bro, it's colonial, yeah? Like, come on. And it's a tough pill to swallow because, people don't want to change. They want to be who they are, and they want people to see it. But I really feel like you have to lose some culture to gain some culture. You have to let something go to gain something new. And since we're in a new city, we need new experience. We need new friends. We have to let something go to allow something else to come in. Um, the fourth, the hardest part is leaving. Fear is a big obstacle in many people's lives, even my life. I was really afraid of Colombia because I never even came here before. I was just like, oh, I don't want to be in the United States. Oh, I want to learn Spanish. Oh, I see black people. Oh, Cali. Oh, small city. Okay, Cali. And I went there and it turned out to be amazing. And I feel like one of the reasons it turned out to be amazing is because I put that mindset in my head that it's going to be awesome. That I'm going to have a great experience. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to be grateful. So the hardest part is leaving. The hardest part is stepping outside that door because you don't know what's out there, and that fear is it's scary. I'll be honest, it is nerve wracking to think you might fail, to think you might mess up, to think you might have made a dumb mistake. You moved to the wrong city, but here comes the word perspective. What if you chose the right city? What if it's the place you're meant to be? What if your best friend's there waiting for you? What if that job is waiting for you? You know, why do you always think about the negative? What about the positive? There's so many timelines in our mind, our universe. Why not try to make it positive? So overcoming that fear is a big step in living abroad. Also, being homesick, oh, your family, that part is tough too, I'll be honest. But getting over that first obstacle of fear and turn the fear into courage is going to open up timelines you didn't even know existed. And so that's why we have to continue to try new things, be disciplined, get out of our comfort zone, because that creates courage. And courage is the key to new opportunities, to new blessings, new life. And the last part is being alone isn't as scary as you think. When we are alone, there's lots of space around us. We're not always with our friends, with our family, at work. We're in a new routine. We're alone. I live alone. I've been living alone ever since I've lived here in Cali, Colombia, and it's great. Obviously sometimes it's lonely. 10 p.m. Oh man, I got no one next to me. But at the end of the day, I've come to realize that this apartment, this city, has given me a chance to learn who I am meant to be, to learn who I want to be, to learn who I desire to be. And if I was with my family, if I was with my friends all the time back in the States, I would have never had the chance to learn who I am. It would have just been what my environment is, what my attention is, what my community is. That would have been me. But being alone, I kind of had to start from scratch. What do I really want in life? Who do I really want to be? What do I want to say in life? And so I really feel like people need that. And a lot of people aren't able to get that because of circumstances, which is understandable. But please, if you have a chance to do something alone, if you have a chance to travel alone, go out to dinner alone, try it. You're going to learn so much about you in that moment. Okay, put your phone down. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about? You can control those thoughts. And so I think that's one of my favorite things I've learned since being in Colombia is that I have the space. I'm grateful to have the space to learn who I will be, to learn how to control my thoughts, to learn how to manage friendships, to learn what works for me and what doesn't. It's like kind of like I've learned that I can fail and still be okay because I love myself, because I give myself grace. Because at the end of the day, it's just me. So if I'm being negative to myself, that's not good for anyone. I have to love myself no matter what happens. I have to give myself grace no matter what happens. So, take that chance. Think about the best that could happen. Live abroad, travel abroad, go for one day. If you don't know the language, I have an opinion about that. Maybe this is for another video, but try to learn the language a little bit. If you really want to immerse yourself in the culture, you're not going to get anywhere speaking English. They're going to just be annoyed because you're in my country, bro. Like, you don't even know the language. So, yeah, speak the language a little bit. And yeah, those are my lessons. Obviously, my lessons could be different from yours. My experience could be different from yours, and that's totally okay. But I feel like a lot of people are traveling now, and I want you to know that this is a great opportunity for you guys to really put in the work. We always have to be working on ourselves, we always have to be creating. And if you're alone abroad, this is a great time for you to practice using that courage. And when courage comes, you grow so much. So please take these lessons, learn about them. Let me know what you think. Have you guys traveled abroad? Are you abroad right now? Where are you traveling to? If you need some tips, I got you. And yeah, until next time.